It's not stress that kills us, it's how we react to it. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Cory, and this is Release You Fitness, where we focus on using exercise not just to improve our bodies, but our minds as well. Today, we're going to talk about stress and how exercise can help us reduce it and help us manage it. Look, I think y'all going to get a lot of takeaway from this video, so if you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel, and also drop your feedback in the comment section because I want to hear from you. Other people need to hear from you because you matter, and so does your mental health. So what we're going to cover in this video today is what is stress? What causes stress? What are some of the negative things we sometimes do to cope with it that don't really help us? And most importantly, what I love talking about is how we can use exercise to help us manage our stress and help us reduce it. All right, y'all, so let's hop straight into it. What is stress? Stress is a feeling of emotional and physical tension. It's how we react to certain demands, challenges, crises, and life events. Not too long ago, I was reading an article by Value Penguin, and they did a survey that resulted in 84% of people living in the United States experiencing stress at least one day out the week. That's crazy. What's even more crazy is I experience stress a lot more than that, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. It's not always bad stress, and there's two main types of stress. One is distress. This is the stress where we're experiencing the changes in life, the crisis, the bad relationships, the money issues, anything that can impact us in a negative way is under distress. And then there's eustress. Eustress, simply put, is the type of stress that motivates us to get things done. So a lot of times I'm experiencing the eustress, and a good example is this is me being an entrepreneur. So I know that I'm going to have challenges and problems and obstacles to deal with in order for me to become the type of entrepreneur I want to be and reach the level that I want to reach. So with de-stress, the problems I have over here, I'm allowing them to get to me, to cause me to be angry or frustrated, not get things done. With eustress, I'm motivated. Like, I'm reading motivational books. I'm going to motivational speaking events. I'm researching. I'm studying. I'm looking for mentors to help get the answers to solve these problems because I know that when I figure those problems out, that I'm going to be in a much better place. So I'm looking at it from a positive point of view instead of a negative point of view, and I'm not letting it worry me, but it's still a type of stress. So there's a negative stress and there's a positive type of stress, and there's probably other type of stress, but those are the ones that I wanted to point out today. Look, y'all, stress has the power to manifest into irritability, aggression, anger, frustration, and a lot of other emotions that cause us to feel like we don't have control over things. Sometimes we don't, but a lot of times we do. And it's important for us to learn how to deal with our stress in a better way because we don't want to feel like we don't have control over things when in actuality we do. And when we're stressed out and we're feeling these other things, it's like our mind is tricking us and not allowing us to look for solutions to solve these problems that we're experiencing. And I'm in the fitness industry, but I'm also like a pure-hearted entrepreneur. I always look at things from the perspective of how to solve them, right? And because there's an answer for everything, there's a solution for everything. And even when there's not, if you're approaching it like that, like the way you feel is going to be much better. Your confidence, your just your overall attitude, your vibe is going to be a lot better than it would be if you're looking at it from um, a negative point of view. Like there's no solution to it. You're not even going to try. And a lot of people do that. They don't even try to come up with solutions for things. And that's what holds us back in life. That's what keeps us from reaching our full potential. So I want people to get into the habit of looking at their problems, not from a negative point of view, but from a positive point of view, and thinking about the ways they could solve them. Research if you got to. Talk to other people that have been through these things, and try to come up with a solution. One thing I used to do that I didn't really realize I was doing was looking for escape from my stress, my problems, by drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, taking my frustration out on other people, sleeping too much, um, watching a lot of TV, just doing a lot of nothing. And I didn't realize I was doing that to escape the things I needed to be solving. But looking back, I could see how that didn't get me anywhere. It didn't help me at all. It made my situation worse. Because when I was laying in bed or sleeping too much, I should have been going to work. I should have been grinding. I should have been putting in work. When I was taking my frustration out on other people, I should have been, asking them for help, or just taking advantage of having people to share my problems with and maybe get some advice from. When I was drinking and smoking, and I'm always going to refer to this, I should have been in that gym. And I didn't really start working out. Honestly, I didn't start working out at all till I went to prison. And when I was in prison, when I first went to prison, um, I was a kid and I had fresh 10 years to do before I would even be able to have the chance of coming home. Actually, 85% of 10 years. So I had to do 8.5 years before I was even eligible for parole. So I was stressed and I was depressed. I had anxiety. At the time, I didn't know all those terms. Mental health. The information on mental health is not available to everyone. And where I come from, it's not even something we talk about. And in prison, you especially don't talk about mental health and how you feel. You're around men all day. If you're a woman, you're around women. I don't know what goes on in women's prison. Maybe you do talk, because I think as a man, you're just, you're taught to be tough, and it's becoming more common for us to open up about how we feel. But back then it wasn't a thing. And so I didn't know what depression was, and I definitely didn't know the symptoms or how to get help or treatment or the steps to take to help me when I was going through that. But when I started exercising, that's when I started to feel better about myself. That's when my mind started to become clearer, and I was able to ask myself questions like, man, what you want to do with your life? What are you going to do? I started looking at things from a more positive point of view instead of sleeping all day or, just being unproductive. And so that's what Release You Fitness is using exercise to help us become a better version of ourselves. And it's not an overnight process. It takes time, it takes work. But, if we continue to do the things we're supposed to do, we're going to get to the places where we want to be at in life. So I'm always going to talk about how exercise can better us in one way or another, whether it be our body or whether it be our mental health. And so, if you guys like that type of content or need that type of inspiration and motivation in your life, make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right, so what about when I finish my exercise, when I'm done working out? How do I deal with my stress after that? Those problems come right back. Yes, those problems aren't going to go away, and this is the good thing about exercising and what makes it so important, because, if it wasn't for this, what would be the difference in, going to have a drink or two, or smoke a cigarette or two, or, take some drugs or sleep in bed all day? What would be the difference other than those things aren't good for you and exercise is? Well, when we exercise, we're developing a habit that is teaching us that we can withstand things that are difficult, problems, things that don't necessarily feel good, and get good results from those things. And so that's resilience, is helping us become more resilient and giving us another way to look at these problems in our personal life. So what we do in the gym pours over into what we do in real life. So we're developing these healthy habits that help us deal with our issues in a healthy way. So that stress, that distress becomes eustress. And that's why I mentioned it earlier, because, a lot of people don't look at it like that, or realize how powerful exercising is, not just helping us look good, but how powerful it is to helping our minds become even more powerful and sharper and focused, and just giving us a different way to look at things. When I started working out, I was in the worst situation I've ever been in my life. Like, I went from being a father, having my own place, having a car, and being able to do what I wanted to do. Even though I wasn't doing the things I was supposed to do, I at least could do what I wanted to do. Um, to being in this situation where I had to wake up to somebody telling me what to do, asking me for my inmate number, telling me when I could and when I couldn't eat, and not being able to talk to my loved ones, not having communication in any type of form really with the people I care about, not having companionship, all these things, like it just not having the things I even needed, good soap, good shampoo, and all these other things. And so this was like, and that's just the scam of it. But this was the worst situation, and I had to be here for a long time. And that's when I started working out. And if I was able to look at things in a positive perspective in my worst situation, what about when that situation improved? What about when I am granted my freedom? And I still have all these challenges, but I'm also looking at things in a positive. And I'm telling you, like the way I hit the ground running, like it was unreal. Not saying that anybody else haven't ever did what I did, but in 3 months of me being released. All right, y'all. I apologize about that. My camera overheated, so I had to uh, turn it off. It actually died on me. It just cut off and let me know it was overheated. So I had to chill a little bit. And it's funny because we're talking about stress, and I was talking about before the camera cut off my experience in prison and how I used that to give me a different perspective on life and kind of got out and hit the ground running. And then my camera died off. So my camera cut off, and like my immediate reaction was stress, frustration. I said a few cuss words, but I also caught myself and recollected, and I looked at it from a positive point of view. Like I'm almost done with this video, and it's almost done. I just need to cool my camera off, turn it back on, and finish. So that's one of the ways. That's one of the things we get from exercising. It teaches us how to deal with things and look at, because I could have stayed stressed out and mad and be like, man, I ain't finishing this video, or just came back with a different attitude and the vibe being off. But I was able to recollect, calm down, and look at it from a positive point of view. So, like I was talking about before the camera cut off, I got out of prison, and I took what I gained from being in that situation, the worst situation in my life, and being able to be positive when I was in there. I took that mindset and I applied it to my life when I got out. And when I got out, when I came home, like I didn't even have a place to live. So I was homeless. I had like $100 that I had saved up in prison. I went and got me the latest, hottest phone. It was like a ZTE. It was an Android. It was crap. No offense to the Android users. And that was it. But I had the mindset of, man, I'm finna win regardless, and I'm finna do whatever I gotta do to get over these obstacles and to get to where I want to be. 3 months after I was released from prison, I was opening up a gym, and that's what I have on the wall right there. That was in 2016. 2018, I was on the front cover of a magazine as one of the top entrepreneurs under 40 years old in my city. And so it was just that resilience and that drive, that motivation, and the self-esteem and confidence. Little me, who never thought I would be nothing before, I now had a different outlook. Like I could do anything I put my mind to. And I credit it to fitness. Prison gave me a second chance, but fitness saved my life. And I think it could save yours too. All right, y'all. So that's it for today. I hope y'all like this video, and I hope it encourages you to exercise and to also take the steps to improving your mental health. Look, I left some information on one of my favorite forms of workouts, which is high intensity interval training. Hit in the link. Make sure you check those out. There's also some workout trackers that I put together that I want you to, if you download these, I want you to write down your exercise, and there's little boxes on these for 7 days. You don't have to work out 6-7 days a week. You can work out 10 to 30 minutes at least 3 times a week, twice a week if you really don't got the time. But if you don't got the time, it's because you're not making the time. But write down the exercise you did, how long you exercised for, and then in that last box, I want you to write down how you felt before you exercised and how you felt afterwards. I think that's important to track not only your results, your physical results that you're getting in the gym or wherever you're working out at, but the way it's making you feel, the improvements it has on your mental health. So check those out. Also go visit our website, releaseyoufitness.com, and check out our members only club. We got a bunch of perks for our members. You can have access to our store and get some of this dope gear right here. The RYF, the F is backwards on here. And we have some really dope gear in there. You can also access our on-demand workout videos and a bunch of other stuff. We got an ebook that's coming out in December and a fitness app coming soon. So yeah, go check that out. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like, share, and leave your comments